Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to create an assignment in Google Classroom and attach a document that you can share with all of your students so that each student can edit their own document and have a copy of their own document. So the first thing you want to do is go into your Google Classroom and click on the Classwork tab, and then right here where it says Create, come down and click on Assignment. It will bring up this little dialog here where you have to fill in. So put in the title of your assignment, any instructions that you want to give students, and right down here where it says Add, you're going to click on this little paper clip. And if you already have a document that you want students to use that's saved in your Google Drive or saved on your desktop, then you would click on Google Drive. You would go into your Drive right here and search for the name of the document. So I'm just going to pick a random document here. And then right to the right over here of the document that you select, it says students can view the file. So you have a couple of options. You can have them, if you want them to just see the contents of a file, you would leave it like that. If you want students to interact with the file and be able to edit the file, then you would click on Students Can Edit the File. But if you choose this option, then that means all students will have access to the same file, and any edits that they make and changes that they make to that file will overwrite any previous changes that were made to that file. Meaning, when you use this, you're only creating one document and you're sharing it with everybody in that class or in that group that you're sharing it with, and they're all writing in the same file. You would want to do this if you were creating a PowerPoint. Let's say you wanted students to create a class PowerPoint on a chapter in a book. Whether it's a math chapter or a chapter in a textbook, in a social studies textbook for review purposes, or a chapter in a piece of literature that you wanted students to kind of outline, you could break your students up into groups and you could say, okay, this group, you're going to do slides 1, 2, and 3. This group, you'll do slides 4, 5, and 6. The next group, 7, 8, and 9, etc., etc. But you're creating one PowerPoint, sharing it with everybody in the class, and they're all editing that file, staying within their slides. That would be one use. Most of the time, you're not going to be doing that. Most of the time when you're creating an assignment, you're going to want students to have their own copy of the document, the PowerPoint, whatever it is that you're sharing. In that case, you need to select the third option. It's called Make a Copy for Each Student. So when you select that, that means that each student will get a fresh copy of whatever document that you're sharing with them. And any changes and any writing that they do in that document will not be affected by anything else that anyone else does in their own documents. Everybody has their own copy, they're writing their own information to their document, and then you as the teacher will see that student's document with that student's answers to questions or that student's PowerPoint, whatever it is. So that would be if you want each student to do independent work, whereas the second option would be more if you want students to be working together on the same document, more like in group work, you would do that. So once you've selected what you're looking for as far as that goes, you would come over here, make sure your classes are selected. If you have multiple classes, you can check them off. If you only have one class, you do have the option of changing from all students by clicking up here and just selecting the students that you want to receive that document. That would be good if you were using that second choice where students might be editing the same file and you are breaking your class into groups. Maybe 6 kids are working on this particular document to fill in the answers and they're doing it as a group assignment. Then you would have one copy going to just those 6 kids. They would all have access to the same copy and they would be able to work together. That works well for like a lab project, lab groups. You can do that with there. And then you would do it again and do another assignment for the next 6 kids in another group, and so on and so forth. But if it's for all students and you want each student to get their own copy, you would keep it like that. All students, any due dates, if it's part of a topic like a chapter or some kind of topic that you're teaching, the title of the book, you could add that right here, create your own topic. And if you had a rubric, you could use the rubric feature and add your own rubric on how you're grading it. And after that, when all is said and done, you can either hit this arrow, save the draft, you can schedule it to appear in Classroom at a certain date and time, or you can assign it right away so that it is posted in the classroom. Your other option, I'll get rid of this, instead of adding a file, is to just create a file for students to use. So if you click that one, what would you like them to have? Would you like them to have a Google Doc that they're going to write in? Would you like them to have a slide, a Google Sheet, a drawing, or a form? Most of the time it's going to be a doc or a slide show where you want them to create a PowerPoint or a document. So if that's the case, select that. This would be a blank document that would be generated. You'll see here, it says right here, untitled document. You can come in and make a title for it so that students would have that. So let's say they were doing outline of chapter 3. Okay, that would be the title of the document. You'll see that updates here as soon as I change it there. And then over here, the untitled document, students can view the top file, or do you want them to edit the file? If you select edit the file, they are all going to be working in the one document. And any changes, students can actually overwrite other students' writing and make changes. If, however, you come down and you select make a copy for each student, then each student would get a copy of this blank document. Anything that you type in it, if you want to give them some guidelines here, a template or something, and it would be titled Outline of Chapter 3. And that would give each student their own copy, his or her own copy, and then they would write their own notes in there and submit that there. So that's the other option if you don't already have a document. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Have a great day.